Hello, welcome to Q&A with Paul. My first question today comes from Debbie. Debbie says, what is your best advice for vetting a therapist, holistic healer, shaman, or intuitive? Well, they're all different, so it depends. The first thing is, whenever you're going to work with any therapist, 1, do they practice what they preach? 2, are they healthy? It's not a good idea to go to unhealthy therapists that don't exemplify what they teach and practice. 3, do they have clients that they can give you as testimonials that you can contact to get firsthand evidence that they're actually skilled and get results? From the perspective of a holistic healer, that's a very broad catch net, but the same applies. Are they holistic? Do they live what they practice and offer? Do they exemplify what you would like to see in yourself? It's always good to find out what their philosophy is, because some of these words now are used so much they're more marketing terms than they are factual terms. Any CHEK professional, for example, will truly understand what holistic health is and live it. That's part of the criteria of being a CHEK professional. When it comes to shaman, that's another basket term out there today. You might want to ask if they have any professional training, such as that from the Institute of Shamanic Studies in San Francisco, which is where my wife Angie Chek did her 3-year advanced training with Michael Harner. There's Alberto Velotto's training program, and there's others like White Eagle in Alaska. But the question is, do they have any formal training? There are people like myself that don't have typical formal training, but have done a lot of study and work with different shamans and learned that way. But again, do they have references? Do they have a knowledge of what it is that you're asking them for support with? Do you get a sense of being centered in their presence? If you're with someone who practices shamanism, you should feel in their presence that they're grounded and centered. And you always want to pay attention to your gut instincts. Debbie is a woman, so women's instincts are very good. Just see what happens inside of you. If the way you feel when you're interacting with these potential shaman is something that brings you more into a state of comfort, a state of balance, or you feel safe with that person, that's a good idea. With regard to intuitives, there's so many people that are intuitives, and they have such a different degree of skill, and intuitives range in what they're good at. Some can be very good as a medical intuitive, some can be very good at more psychic type readings. So you need to identify what it is that you want their help with specifically and ask them if they're good at that type of intuitive work, and again, ask for references for clients that they've worked with and been successful at working in that specific way. So some of the key things is always, do they exemplify what they teach and practice? Do they wear it? I always say to my students, if you don't wear it, you shouldn't share it. Do you feel grounded and centered? Can they give you live examples of people that you can contact and ask for feedback about their experience? And from there, it's just a matter sometimes of testing people and working with them. And you can have situations where you get lots of great testimonials, but you may not have a good experience because everyone's interactions with other people is unique to that person. So sometimes we just don't jive with people no matter what their skill level is or how beautiful they are. So sometimes we have to keep looking till we find someone that has a nice, shall we say, mental, emotional chemistry with us. So those are my suggestions.